Good morning, grade 2. Today we are going to revise the grammar lesson about how to use the comma and commas in the compound sentences. We will work without the worksheet. We will just work with this video. So let's revise. Let's start with commas. You know the commas? Well, how do we use the commas? The commas have many ways how they are used. First of all, they are used in words to separate the words in a series, like this. We had sandwiches, comma, cookies, comma, and fruits at the picnic, because it tells me what did we have at the picnic. What kind of foods did we have? These foods have something in common. We had them on the picnic. So these are words in the series, and we need to separate them using the commas. The last comma must be in front of the word and. I like to eat apples, comma, oranges, comma, and bananas. These are three kinds of fruits that I like to eat. So these are the words in the series, okay? We have to separate them using the commas again. Apples, comma, oranges, comma, and after the word and, we don't use any more commas. Today we will complete reading, grammar, and spelling lessons. These are words in a series because they tell me which lessons I will complete. I will complete reading, grammar, spelling. So we will need to put a comma after reading, comma, after grammar, comma, and no more commas after the word and. Let's see some more. Tom likes playing football, swimming, reading books, and drawing. Now, sometimes the words in the series can be also phrases like playing football or reading books, because that's the entire activity. So here we have to separate not each word, but sometimes phrases. Tom likes what? Playing football. That's one activity, comma. What else does he like? Swimming. That's another activity, comma. What else does he like? Reading books. See, I cannot separate reading and books because reading books come together. It's a phrase. So he likes reading books. After the books we will put comma, and drawing. He likes drawing too. That's the last activity. So the last comma comes before the word and. We will take this lesson on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. These are days of the week, so we will separate them using the comma. Sunday, comma, Monday, comma, the last comma comes before the word end. We use comma also when we write letters. We have the greeting like this, dear principal. After the greeting, we need to put the comma. And we have to put a comma in the closing of the letter. When you write who is the person writing the letter, your student, and then you write your name. So the comma in the closing comes before the name. Sometimes the closing can be divided into two lines, like this one. And sometimes the closing of the letter can be written in one line. If it is divided into two lines, you need to write a comma at the end of the first line. Then the name will be following it on the next line. But if you're writing the closing in the same line, your comma must be before the name. The comma comes before the name. Even here the comma comes before the name, but in the previous line. Can you see? So, when you're writing the greeting is very simple. At the end of the greeting, you will put comma. At the end of the greeting, after the name of a person, like here, dear principal or dear Sari, at the end of the greeting, you will put comma. In the closing, you will put the comma before you write the name. Before the name. Either you will write it in the one line like this, the comma comes before the name, or if you write the closing in two lines, still the comma comes before the name at the end of the first line. Dear Mom and Dad, you can see there is a comma in the greeting at the end of the greeting, and when you write the closing in one line, you will put the comma in front of your name. We can use comma also to separate the city and the state in the addresses, but the thing with the addresses in the United States is that sometimes they write the address with 3 parts and sometimes with only 2 parts. This address has 3 parts. It has the name of the city, it has the letters which stand for the state's name. MN stands for the state's name, Minnesota, and they have the zip code, which are the random numbers representing every region in United States. So this is the name of the city, that's the first one. Following the name of the city is the state. Sometimes you will find the complete name of the state, and sometimes you will find only what we call abbreviations, the short letters that stand for the name of the state, like this one. MN stands for Minnesota. And then we have a zip code. If we have the address with 3 parts, you have to put the comma after the city to separate the city and the state. Here we have the same. Again, we have the city's name, Chico. Then we have a CA, which stands for the state California. And then we have a zip code. So once again, the comma comes between the city and the state. Do not put the comma to separate the state from the zip code. Sometimes the address will come like this, where you will have only the name of the city and name of the state. Berea, Kentucky. Berea is a city and Kentucky is the state. So simply put the comma to separate them, city from the state. Or here we have Topeka, Kansas, 54992. So again, we have 3 parts in the address. We have a city, we have a state, and the zip code. So where shall we put the comma? Between the city and the state. And here we have only 2 parts, Delaware, Pennsylvania. Delaware is a city, Pennsylvania is a state. So simply put the comma to separate the city from the state in the middle. We also use a comma when we write the dates. We have to separate the day from the month, month from the year. Like here we have month and the year, so we will use only 1 comma. But please do not forget the very important detail, the number of the days in the month are included to the month. So the number of days there are in the month include with the month and then put the comma. Do not put the comma to separate the days of the month from the month. Here we have Friday, April 17th. We have a day and the month. So separate the day from the month using the comma. Here we have January 22 and then the year 1921. We separate the month from the year, but include the number of days in the month with the month. Then put the comma. Here we have the long date. We have a day, month, year. So separate the day, Sunday, comma, then month, including the number of days in the month. After the number, you will put comma, and then the last one will be the year. And the last one, Wednesday, July 4th, 1995. Again, separate the day from the month, include the number of the days in the month with the month together, then put a comma to separate the month from the year. So when do we use comma? To separate the words in a series, like in this sentence. Can you buy bread, milk, and eggs? These are things that you're going to buy, so separate them using the comma. The last comma comes before the word and. After the greeting and the closing in the letter, like when you have dear teacher, you have to put the comma. Your student, then you have to put the comma following your name. you have to use the comma between the name of the city and the state in the address. Like here you have a city and the state, Buffalo, Texas. You need to put the comma. Or here, when the address has three parts, Asheville, North Carolina 28728, which is the name of the city, short abbreviation for the state's name, North Carolina, and then we have a zip code. So put the comma between the city and the state. To separate day, month, and the year in a date, separate the day from the month, put the comma. Separate the month from the year, put the comma. Include the number of days in the month with the month together. Let's go and get practice. We are going to use the comma in the letter, in the closing and in the greeting. Dear Mary, I hope you are doing well. Hope to see you soon. Your friend Susan. Where shall I put the commas? Can you tell me? Where? Yes, in the greeting. Yep, that's true. In the greeting. When you have a greeting, dear Mary, you have to put the comma after the greeting at the end of each greeting. And where else shall we put the comma? In the closing of the letter. See, there is a name, Susan, and we have the closing written in two lines. So the comma comes at the end of this line before the name. Let's go to the other one. Dear Yusuf, we have a Yusuf, I went to the football match on Saturday. Hope you can go next time. Friends forever, Omar. So where shall I put the commas? Yes, of course, after the greeting at the end. And in the closing where? Here, here, or here? Here, yes. Before you write the name, at the end of these words, you have to put the comma. Dear Rania, you did a great job in the competition. Way to go, your friend Meg. Where shall I put the comma? In the greeting at the end. And in the closing, we have the closing now in one line. So in the closing, before the name. Very good. And one more. Dear Molly, I miss you so much. Hope to see you very soon. Love, Sally. So, dear Molly, in the greeting, we need to put the comma. And in the closing, where shall I put the comma? Up or down? Up or down? Before the name. So, on the top line. That's it. This is how we use the comma in the greeting and closing of the letter. Now let's practice this way. Please work with me. Answer before me. Let's practice at the missing commas. Dear Sarah, my birthday party will be on Friday, April 10th, 2020. I live in Oklahoma, Tulsa. I invited to the party my cousins, family, and friends. Please come to the party too. Your friend Becky. So let's go and see. Dear Sarah, it's a greeting. So where shall we put the comma? Yes, after the name Sarah. Very good. My birthday party will be on Friday, April 10, 2020. 2020. Where shall I put the commas? Of course, in the date, right? Where? Here, here, here. How many commas? 2, 3? Only 2. Separate the day, right? We will put the comma here. Separate the day from the month. Shall I put the comma here to separate the numbers of days in the month from the month? No, right, no. We will put the comma here after the number and separate the month from the year. That's it. Some more commas do you want? No. I live in Oklahoma, Tulsa. Where shall I put the comma? This is the address where I live. Oklahoma, Tulsa. It should be opposite Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay, no problem. It should be here between the city and the state. I invited to the party my cousins, family, and friends. This is the words in the series. So who did I invite to the party? My cousins, also family, and also friends. So where shall I put the comma? After cousins, after family, after and no, what's wrong with me? Of course not. Yeah, after and we do not put the comma. And please come to the party too, your friend Becky. This is the closing. Where shall I put the comma? After the word friend, before the name Becky. Very good. Did you know all of the answers? I hope so. Let's go and practice some more. Is the comma used in these sentences correctly? Yes or no? I will get some bananas, apples, and oranges from the shop. Here we have bananas, comma, apples, comma, and comma, oranges. Is this correct? No. Do you know why? Can you explain why? Because here after the word and we should not use the comma anymore. That's it. Number 2, can you complete your reading, writing, and spelling work homework? Are the commas used correctly? Can you complete your reading, writing, and spelling words in the series? Here we have a comma. Here we don't. Oops, the comma is missing. So, not correct. My brother, sister, mom, and dad are at home. My brother, comma, sister, comma, mom, comma, and dad are at home. Are we using the commas correctly? There is no more commas after and. Is that correct? Yes, it is. In science, we study about birds, plants, and habitats. We study about what? Birds, comma, plants, comma, and comma, habitats. Is this the correct way using the comma in the series? No. And do you know why? Once again, we don't put the comma after the word and. Never ever. Okay? Great. Now circle the addresses using the commas correctly. Is this correct? Is this correct? Dallas, comma, Texas, comma, 98905. Do we use the 2 commas in the address? No, we will not circle. What about this one? Berkeley, North Carolina, 04508. The comma comes between the state's name and the zip code. Is this correct? No, not again. Here we have a Mesa, Arizona. Mesa is a city, Arizona is a state. Comma is between them. Is this good? Yes, it is. Let's go to the next one. Miami, Florida. Miami is a city, Florida is a state. The comma comes after. Is this correct? No. What about this one? Clanton, Alabama, 29095. The comma is between the city and the state. Is this correct? Yes, it is. Very good. One more time. Now circle the dates using the commas correctly. Is this date correct? December, 12, 1998? No, because we don't put the comma between the number of the days and the month. Monday, July 5, 1993. Is this correct? Yes, it is. Very good. Next one. Sunday, June 5, 2018. Is this correct? No, because the comma between the month and the year is missing. There is no comma. Not good. What about this one? April 20, 2012. Is this correct? Yes, it is. We separate the month from the year, include the number of the days to the month. Very good. What about this one? September, 13, 1995. Is this correct? No, we never separate the number of days from the month, so it's not correct. What about the last one? Friday, January 30, 2015. Is this good? Yes, it is. Day separated from the month, month including the number separated from the year. Very good. That's it. Now let's go and choose. Look for the correct usage of comma, please. My mom will cook rice, chicken, and beans. Where is the comma used correctly? My mom will cook rice, chicken, and beans. My mom will cook rice, chicken, and beans. Which sentence is correct? Did you find it? Oops. I have to mark it then. Did you find it? That one, B. Very good, because my mom cooked rice, comma, chicken, comma, and beans. We don't put the comma here, and here is the comma missing because my mom didn't cook rice chicken. She cooked rice and chicken. Okay, dear Sam, dear Sam, dear Sam. Which one greeting is correct? A, B, or C? Did you choose A? Correct. What about the date? Tuesday, January 23 or 23rd, 2020. Which one is correct? Read them through, see the commas. Did you choose? The correct is C. Separate the day from the month, including the number, and the month from the year. Let's go and see where we will put the comma in the closing. Your friend Mohammed. Your friend Mohammed. Your friend Mohammed. Which one closing is correct? C. Very good. I invited Molly, Becky, and Sam to my house. Which one is using the comma correctly? A, because I invited Molly, comma, Becky, comma, and Sam. No more comma after and like here. And the last one, the address. Houston, Texas 89340. Houston, Texas. Where shall I put the comma? Which one is correct? B. Very good. B is correct, between the city and the abbreviation of the state Texas. That's it. Now we will go to the compound sentences in the second video, so please open up the second video and revise the compound sentences using the comma in the compound sentences.